Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. Get this thing positioned properly here. All right. So, big news, big news, big news yesterday. The rescue armor. $407? Are you kidding me? Um, that's pretty insane as far as I'm concerned. Romain, du, bonjour, comment ça va? And good afternoon to you too. Good evening, right? Ça va? Good evening. And I am well, thank you. Um, so yeah, I ordered that figure, by the way. But man, when I seen that $407, I was like, "Are you absolutely kidding me?" It's diecast, and she looks good. Oh my goodness! I'm working on a video. I was working on it all last night to talk about the figure, of course, like I do, and get that out there. Um, but some of the things that come to my mind on it are, the big question was from Infinity Wars, where's the Mark 48 and the Mark 49? And I've speculated a lot of things. A lot of people have speculated a lot of things. Definitely the Hulkbuster 2 is one of those, no doubt about it. And when 49 showed up on the back of the rescue armor, people automatically stated, well, there you go, there's the 49 for that. And I have a problem with that. And I discuss it more so on my little video I'll be having up. But essentially, what my problem is this is 5 years from that point. And in Marvel's Avengers, he did. I haven't got my Mark 50 yet. I have not even been notified that it's being distributed yet here in the United States. Um, I've got Crossbones is what we're going to be unboxing today, made by AIDOL, I think is who makes this. And because Hot Toys refused to make it Crossbones, they gave us a head sculpt, a helmet, an empty helmet with, I think, Spider-Man. No, it didn't come with Spider-Man. What did it come with? Let's come with one of the Captain Americas. So anyhow, there's 4 digits on there, 0049, and War Machine has 3 digits, 001, 002, 003, and on Tony's armor, he only uses 2 digits. So, in my opinion, because there's 4 digits on there, that's because that's the Pepper Potts line. The War Machine line has 3 digits, and the Iron Man line has 2 digits. So 0049 leads me to believe that it's the 49th armor made just for her. Because when she shows up with it at the end of Endgame, she's very knowledgeable with this armor. I mean, she's out there kicking some serious tail with it. This isn't anything new that she has to learn how to use. Because remember, when Bruce was first getting the Hulkbuster 2, it took him a little bit to figure out how to work it. And he's a genius. So, Pepper was so apt with this. She knew what was going on. But we also see in Iron Man 3 that she knew how to operate the suits. Because when Tony threw the suit on her when the mansion was being destroyed, and he told her to rescue Maya, Pepper went over there, helped her up, and was trying to blast the door to get the door open. And she couldn't get it to work, and you see her close her eyes to try to reflect on how to get it to work, and then she set the repulsor off, the hand repulsor off. So she's familiar with how the suits worked even back then, which would have been 2013, which would have been 6 plus 5, 11 years. So for 11 years, she's been familiar with the suits. And also in Iron Man 3, which is only 1 year after Marvel Avengers, he built from suits 7 to 42. So he built 34 suits in a year. So over a 5-year period of time, he built from suit 50 to 85. Plus, he built, in my opinion, the Pepper Potts suits. So if he could do 34 suits in 1 year, in a 5-year period, he'd be doing 175 suits at that same rate. And on top of that, in Iron Man 3, he was building physical suits Whereas in Infinity War, he's building nanotech suits, so he could just draw them up, design them, and out the door they would go. Simple as that. Wouldn't have to be as much as of a hassle things. But kind of a bluish lavender color is how it's being described with champagne and silver. I'm going to be unpacking Crossbones, who was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D, and I forget the character's name, who, when in the was it Winter Soldier movie, when they destroyed S.H.I.E.L.D headquarters, the term he used was he had a building dropped on his face. He'd always been an agent of HYDRA, it seems, and so then he just turned into Crossbones, and he was kind of disposed of quite quickly in Captain America Civil War, but he's a pretty important character from the comics. And it's unfortunate that people don't necessarily care for the villains as much. Everybody loves a hero in regards to collecting, but not too many people collect the villains. And that's why it's difficult to expect Hot Toys or whomever to manufacture one of these. And they may show us one. Sometimes that's all that we get. So this was one that they teased, gave us a helmet, and that's as far as it went. So the third-party company that's made this. .1/6 scale figure here. So I picked this up through 1/6 Kit Chen. He ships very fast. He's fair on his prices. He packages the product well. I don't believe I've ever had a problem with Kit Chen. For the corner protectors for the shipping. So let's see if we can't angle this down a bit. There's the front of the box. They call it the AIDOL. AIDOL 3, and the number is AI003. And it's made by Art Figures Limited. There's the back of the box. All the other sides of the box are right there. And right there. There you go. $2 down the box. Oh, I buy these figures, definitely. I wish I could get free figures. God, that'd be great. No, I buy my figures. Alright, so we got 2 packages here. A lot of accessories. I think this guy was only like $200 or something, and he's loaded with stuff for $200. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff in there. We'll go through all this. No instructions. I mean, I imagine there's not much to instruct on. Refresh my memory as to where the my actual Crossbones helmet is. thought I had it out. Should have had it out. Didn't appear to be out. Which means it's in a box in a bag buried down there. Dang it. Should have had that out. I would like to compare it. Because I remember when I was seeing this figure, what came to my mind was I would probably just use the Hot Toys Crossbones helmet as far as that goes. So here is his head. Do I need more light on this? I have light here. Tell me if this helps or makes it worse. Yeah, I think that helps. Let's tilt this up a little bit here. I mean, there's no doubt about who this is supposed to be. Like I said, I think I need to look at the Hot Toys helmet again. And it was just an empty helmet, if I remember correctly. A hollow helmet on top of that. So his shoe came untied. I'll have to tie his boot back up. Super long laces on there. Some articulation there for some reason. Or if that's going to work with his I believe it will. Looks like that piston goes in that hole there for that knife. There's little pockets on his pants there. Back of his pants. Comes with a vest right here. And we have other hands. So he comes with, appears to be like gripping hands for, you know, a pistol or sword. Obviously he's not packing any swords, but he comes with knives, I believe. And then he has two relaxed hands right here. And the hands are textured, very textured. They're not smooth. They feel like a tactical glove would. They look really nice. I don't know if you can see the inside of that glove there. And two trigger hands. So these would be for positioning the pistol in his hand or firearm, or a lazy point. And then I showed you this one kind of already. There's two of these, one for each hand. Remember, he was punching with these. He was trying to kill Cap. And rifle of sorts. It's all solid. There's nothing that moves on this. No chamber to feed. No magazine to come out. This pistol, I don't believe the magazine comes out. Can't tell really. Don't think so. The chamber will slide back, revealing a half exposed open chamber there. There's the pistol. Close the slide right there. So pull it back this far. And the other accessories. So, my opinion on the bad guys are, you have to have the bad guys. You have to have bad guys. And when our bad guys that are still for sale brand new at retailers, it makes it difficult for manufacturers to be motivated to make the bad guys. So then, when we have a really cool bad guy like the Vulture, we really want them to make, they just weigh it out to the point where they're like, yeah, it's just not worth it to make it. We're not going to make any money off of it. We won't be able to sell enough of them. When I have a feeling they would definitely sell enough Vultures. But he wouldn't be cheap under any circumstances. So he comes with pads. I guess, you know, I'd have to research the figure a little bit more to determine exactly where all of these go on him. This appears to be a couple of knee pads. Could be shoulder pads. Not sure. Has a little Velcro. This is Velcro. So you would wrap it around here and Velcro it together. Once that goes on there, two of those. We have a holster for his firearm, right there. The hard plastic holster. And this one, instead of having the Velcro on it, has little snaps that snap in together for attaching that. And then this is on some type of a hook. And then he has two of these, which might truthfully be elbow or knee again. I don't know which is which. I have to research this. And these, instead of hooks, are little tab and pin attachments. This is stretchy. None of the others are stretchy. This is stretchy. we have appears to be maybe a combat belt. Not sure. Noble, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Unboxing Crossbones here. So I didn't think this was a 12 gauge. I assume maybe that's what this bottom is, but it appears weird. It doesn't look like, you know, it doesn't look like, I don't see how that chamber would be in there. But he has shotgun shells. And each one of these can come out of there. It looks more like a grenade launcher than it does a shotgun. Maybe this is supposed to be a shotgun. I have a hard time believing this is a shotgun here. It might be. So maybe this is a total shotgun. Couldn't tell you. He has another pistol. He really comes with a lot of stuff. Oh, okay, now this is pretty cool. The way they did this. This actually says on it Glock 17. That's cool. I don't think any of the other firearms ever actually say anything on them. I totally was able to just take it apart. I don't know if I was supposed to. Uh-oh. I think I just broke something on it. Well, seems to work better now. Maybe that was a tab that was keeping it from sliding properly. Because when I slid it back a second ago, the barrel was kind of weirded. Acting weird. Alright, so this is the pistol. I don't know if you can see the words on there that where it says Glock 17 on it or not. Here's the chamber. You can see in that. There's a bullet in there. This little bitty piece here came off of it. So I don't know if that was supposed to come off or what. But the magazine didn't, the slide didn't slide very well originally. Now it slides really well. But I'm not sure if it's sitting on there properly or not. I'm assuming the, yeah, there we go. That comes out. Get a little round in there. And he has extra clips And clip holders. So it comes with 2 of these. Which I assume go on the big belt there. For holding clips, magazines. And here's some things that have Velcro on them. This appears to be, I have no idea. I'm going to say a magazine. Rick, how's it going, man? Doing good. I did also pre-order Rescue. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years before that figure comes out. 2 years. Don't know what these are. They have the Velcro on the back to attach to, I'm assuming, a portion of his clothing. This shirt is probably where it goes. Don't know. Instructions would have been really nice. I'll have to look at the pictures and see where all this goes. Let's see another one of these, 2 of those. Robert, how's it going, man? Morning. So it literally comes with, looks like 3, possibly 4 clips to this little pistol. Yeah, 4 to go with those empty clip holders. And here's the back of them, so you would be able to count your rounds inside of it. The round visible at the top. I think these are pieces to the little hand smashers. I don't know exactly. A whole lot of I don't knowing on this. I'm sorry, guys. It's rotating around here. It actually comes apart. 2 pieces. There's 2 of these. I'm assuming, like I said, that they go with the hand attachment. We get extra ball joints. We have a big clip. I don't know where this would go. Stick out of the side here. This we have a banana clip that doesn't go into anything. Collection Obsession, how's it going, man? What's wrong with it? Is it not working? What? I am supporting actually a couple Patreons, believe it or not. That's from the link in my description that is telling you that. This Patreon is not supporting any creators at the moment. Oh, that's messed up. 'Cause that ain't true. to do to my page? Out right now. Signing to 27 different things every time you get anything going on. Sheesh. Thanks for the heads up on that collection obsession. My goodness. No, nobody said anything about this. Oh my goodness, this is making me crazy. So I never use this computer. It doesn't recognize it as me, so I have to prove that I'm me 28 times now. Stupid layers of security are ridiculous. If I don't take care of this right now, it's not going to get taken care of. So I'll forget to take care of it. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. Sorry. Help us make sure you're not a robot. Enter the image that you see below. Loading image. Come on. Why do they make this so difficult? For real. Jeez. This is insane. 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 Come on. Loading, 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 loading. Hurry up and load already. Oh, come on. This is like 1990s internet, it seems at times. Golly. Man, guys, I'm sorry about this. Now the figure's finally loaded. Let's see. And they're always something ridiculous. You really can't see exactly what it is you're supposed to be typing. Is it supposed to be uppercase, lowercase, no case? Who even knows? Yeah, Patreon sure does like taking my money every month that I give to creators. I find it very interesting that they don't want me to access my account. That doesn't make any sense. Come on. Why are you being so stupid? This is ridiculous. You guys will never have this problem, do you? Sheesh. Here we go. Yes. That's me. Home Patreon. I swear this is insane. Everybody can just buy another laptop. I hate this laptop. Snake chasing his tail, snake chasing his tail. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Says I have 32 messages. Come on. Guys, sorry to be doing this right now, but if I don't resolve this right now, I don't know what. I didn't even know there was an issue. It's probably been like this forever. Come on. This is what I'm seeing. Just a freaking snake chasing his tail now. You see that? Turn this light off here. Snake chasing his tail. So, I don't know what in the world. Uber Jason. Oh yeah, gotta have coffee. Gotta have that morning life blood. What in the world? You would think this is like some sort of top secret something or other that they just can't. They've got to go through 28 different countries in order to get to it. This is ridiculous. There we go. Alright, so it shows I'm supporting who I'm supporting. What in the world? Now what? Blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know why. I changed their TOS from when I first created it a year ago. Whenever to now. Color profile and creator page. Looks exactly like I made it 2 years ago. I've not done anything to it. No one's ever visited it, so I never did anything with it. Okay, so you should be in there now. Should you desire to go there. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Alright, so let's back up to everything that I ignored you guys on. I'm so sorry about that. Let's see. Kit bashing Age of Ultron Captain America. Just finished a Civil War one, but I think the body is a bit bulky. Yeah, they put like, sometimes they put like this foam padding in there. I'll just pick up a Masterpiece Prime animated version multiverse Linda Carter. Oh, I bet that looks good. Really good pickups, and finally finished a Smallville Kit Bash. Really makes me tempted to getting so Toys Flash. Smallville, what you made with Superman? Is that what you did there? Thanks for bringing it to my attention, collection obsession. Robert also can't wait to see Swamp Thing on DC Universe. Crossbones looks kind of fat, looks a bit off. Yeah, because remember he's a they just look like a regular body. But no, I don't think he's supposed to be this big. This is like Arnold Schwarzenegger big. I think he's a little bit smaller, the character would be, than this. So yeah, I agree with you. I think he's probably more bulky than he should be. So they just used like a regular body for it, I'm assuming. AIDOL did. Yeah, and he doesn't have his gear on yet. If you could only have Hot Toys make one, which would you choose? Vulture or Ultron Final? Oh. So, yeah, I would agree. Ultron in the final form, which we never got from Hot Toys. If nothing else, just give us the pieces that we can snap on ourselves. I don't know if you can or not. I've seen, who is it? King Arts made a 1/9 version of them, and you could buy the extra pieces. You think it'd be easier to kit bash Vulture? I don't know. Like Hot Toys skipped Ultron Final Form. Remember, he had a bigger, better. He did. He sure did. Just use Falcon. I don't think so, because I think the wings are different. That they have like these little turning propellers in them, don't they? You should do like a Super Friends thing where you go down the line and show all your figures. I need to do a collection update on all that. See, where was I before I got sidetracked? All right, so he comes with 2 extra wrist joints. He comes with magazine clips for this pistol, the other one, the first pistol I showed you. So they must come out. Is that what goes in here? I guess they go in there. A little round in there. And he comes with a little knife that opens up. A little clip on it. A little folding knife. A little tactical knife. Not as cool as mine. Close to it. My little tactical knife. A little clip on it. I use to open up my boxes. Self-opening. And he comes with a straight up dagger. With a finger hook. So that's all his stuff. Oh, this has got some weight to it. This may be metal. This little dagger here may actually be metal. Little put this light back on. A little wrapping on it. You see the wrap? I'm thinking this is metal. To tell you the truth. Feels heavier than it should for something that size. I'm curious about this. I don't want to poke on it too much. I mean, I see a round in there. I see a round inside of this. It doesn't slide back any further. So you don't actually see deep into it. Crossbones figure looks like a Fison M35 body from here. What kind of body does it really have? I feel joints. So it's not a Fison. There are definite joints in there. This is hard. But no, he's definitely segmented. Black Widow kicks him in the nuts. I don't work that way. I think the body is Art Figure's body. I think you're probably right there. Those same knives Jason Statham used in Expendables. Oh, okay, cool. Saw the new Terminator trailer. Not feeling it. It was sort of meh. I'm kind of with you on that same thing. I thought I was going to be excited about a new Terminator. And I was kind of like, what is that? I did see the new Picard trailer. And, you know, I really liked Picard as a captain. And I don't know who my favorite captain is, but I like Picard. And that looks really interesting. The new Star Wars, or Star Trek with Picard. So it literally just takes over, I mean, as if real time had passed from the last movie. The last movie First Contact or whatever. Or not First Contact. What was the last one that they did? Generations. So it looks like they just took it right from there. I'm kind of hoping for that to be good. I don't know how it will be. I don't think this comes out though. It's a shame that it doesn't. I don't want to break it. I don't think it comes out. Really? Well, I think that's supposed to be this story. Well, I don't know. Because remember, the last thing they said to him in the trailer was, "Why did you leave Starfleet?" And remember, Picard went through it. My goodness, that dude lived a life and lived a life and lived a life. I mean, he was a Borg. He spent essentially an entire lifetime with the what's the name of that flute that he plays from that civilization that was totally wiped out as their planet blew up. Resican, the Resican flute that he plays. I mean, he lived an entire life there. He showed up as a young man and became old and died more or less. And so that's living 80 years there. And then he lived his own life. And my goodness, they really put him through some hell. And then the Cardassians interrogated the hell out of him. How many lights do you see? I see 3 lights or 4 lights or 5 lights or whatever it is. And they really worked that poor guy. They worked him to death. See how he looks with this tactical vest on. There's some paint on the vest here as well. I would have liked it to be more. I think there was supposed to be more on there. Wasn't there? See what the best way to get this on would be. Don't want to start unthreading it if it opens up easily. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so the front has a Velcro on it right here, and then I just unsnapped these 2 cross ones. This one right here was on top, and this one was on the bottom. So try to put them on in the same way again. I'm really digging my Venom, by the way. I was just playing with him a little bit ago again, and really dig that Venom. He's 1990s Venom. He's the original Venom, in my opinion, which is the best thing that they could have done, truthfully, because that, in my opinion, really is who Venom is. I have no problem with what's his name? Tom Hardy? Is that who played Venom in this last movie? I have no problem with that Venom. It also kind of resembles the 1990s Venom, but he's pre-Spider-Man Venom. They're rewriting the story for the movies, I guess. And they've told the Venom story several different ways. I mean, in the cartoons, and I think also in the reimagination of him in the comics, wasn't it J. Jonah Jameson's son that brought him to Earth or something in a rocket ship or space shuttle or something? So, but the original Secret Wars Venom storyline, that's the one I always go with. This is going to be tight on here. I think it's going to look a lot better with this tactical vest on him. He's going to flesh him out more than with him just in this turtleneck. Snap these back on here. 2 years for Pepper Potts figure. And another thing that I wish that they did with that was to give us a Pepper head. I mean, come on. I have a Pepper from the Mark 9 that they did, and they could have done a much better job with it than what they did with that. And it's not like, and you can still buy that, by the way, but that really isn't Pepper 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? Or from, let's say, 2013 was Iron Man 3, which is where that Pepper Potts is from. And Avengers Endgame is 5 years in the future. So 2025, so you're looking at 12 years. She's aged a little bit in 12 years. Like a fine wine. I'm trying to snap this one together. And that's what I'd want. I would want that Pepper. I want a 12-year-older Pepper. And of course, in that time frame, in the last 6 years from 2013, the artists and sculptors at Hot Toys have been improving themselves immensely. I mean, their stuff now is dead on. And I would like for them to revisit Pepper. So here he is with this tactical vest on. So now he's looking a lot more proper in all actuality. It doesn't look so misfigured as he did without this on. And this needs some adjusting here. Little clips here. Probably clip into something. I bet that's what this is. Look at that. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind. I think this probably goes around his leg. This goes somewhere. Let's get his little hands on him. Instructions would have been great with this, right? Supposed to be set after destruction of Romulus. Yeah, that's what I think it's supposed to be, like 20 years after the last movie. I think it's supposed to be in our timeline. You know, instead of, when they start screwing with the timelines, and I mean totally screwing with the timelines in Star Trek like they have, I wish that they would just continue on with that. And I think that's what this Picard movie is supposed to be, is a continuation of what we consider the timeline that we've had since time immortal. So I'm looking forward to Picard, because I haven't been pleased with the new Star Trek. Love Orville. Alright, looks like my Patreon is functioning now, by the way. Should any of you be interested. Oh, that's right. They had his heart replaced, didn't he? That's right, I remember that. You don't think there's going to be an Enterprise in it? That'd be interesting. I was going to pass on Venom until I saw you unboxing last week. Thank you. I had to get one, but now it's getting hard to get at a decent price. Had to pay $200 US. That's not, I think he's worth $200. I don't think that's an unfair price. I mean, look at him. Look how big he is. And like I said, this guy's got some problems. The ankles and the hip. He's loose. And I wish these were shinier. But remember, he's third party. So What can you say? But no, I don't think $200 is unfair at all for him by today's standards. So 10 years ago, he'd have been a $100 figure, but by today's standards, he's a $200 figure. I mean, heck, when Pepper Potts was $400, sheesh. Look at his calf muscles. This dude is off the hook. Like I said, he's a 1990s Venom. He's Venom. I mean, the way Venom should be. And I think, you know, because they hadn't introduced him in the with Spider-Man, because there's, you know, Spider-Man's on loans at MCU currently. I think they did good the way that they did him in this last Venom movie, as good as they can. And I have a feeling this is where they're going with him. So, and I hope that if they continue where they are, that this is like a pre-visit to getting that. Because the head looks very much like the movie as well. So, and I love all the shiny on that. That's good. I don't think $200 is an unfair price at all. I don't remember what I paid for them. Right around that, I'm sure. Data gone to, but comics show Data as captain of the Enterprise. Guess B4? Now, you mean B4 as in B4 his brother? Oh, I ain't kidding you. You know, I thought about Morgan as well. 2 years is a long time. I was kind of shocked when I seen that. And yeah, I'm liking Tom Hardy. And I don't remember if I ordered that Tom Hardy version of Venom or not. I think I did. I don't remember. I think I did. The Crossbones is art figures. They called it AIDOL. AI003 is art figures number on it. I just noticed in Infinity War, beginning Tony's dream talks about Morgan. Pretty cool foreshadowing. Yeah. Did he give her a name then? I don't remember that or not. It's amazing how they put so much thought into the whole movie thing. You know, Kevin Feige did it right, in my opinion. He, oh, okay, I see. This goes into his hand. So. Is that right? Let's see this. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I think we're getting this. Maybe not. Maybe so. In the world. Okay. Does this go here? No. Does it go here? Maybe? Oh, come on. Okay. Golly. Okay, so this little piece here goes into his fist. See that? So that's this right here. And you disassemble it, slide it through his little hand there, two little pieces, stick it through his little hand. This. Pistons actually work on it. I love that in in-game when Cap seen all the guys on the elevator, and what instantly came to my mind was the Winter Soldier scene where he had to fight everybody on the elevator. I was like, oh man, this is going to be another elevator fight scene. And he's like, "Hail Hydra!" And next thing you know, you see him walking off with the case. That was priceless. So that went on pretty easy. There he is with his, I'm not sure what you would call that, his punching thing or whatever. And you can actually slide it down some. So I think he had like a loading version of it, right? So you can have one where it's compressed and one where it's out. So there, I've separated it a bit from his hand. There's not much further that you can go with it. But you can either have it all the way down or all the way up. That was about the extent of it right there before it starts separating. You can see that. It's pretty cool. I mean, I think they did a pretty good job going after this. And this, if you remember, articulates up out of the way. So the bigger holes are for the piece that goes in his hand, and the smaller holes are for the actual attachment there. So it's starting to come together pretty good with, when you start putting everything onto him, he begins to actually resemble Crossbones. I wish it did an 80s Flash, Gordon, and Ming. That'd be cool. $400 for rescue armor is insane. I couldn't believe that. It really caught me off guard when I seen that. It was $400. But she does come with that, I think they're calling it a drone, and I guess there's two versions of them. One that she uses in her hand and one that she has on her back, which they didn't do for Tony. We don't have those drones, if you will, on the Mark 50 armor, which should have been part of the accessory set. It didn't happen. So that's not cool, but $400. Now keep in mind, so most of Tony's suits, there's already like a design that's they're kind of following, if you will. You know, they just have to make minor tweaks or changes to them to continue the suit along. So it's not like a ground up creation of a die-cast suit. Even on the War Machines, there's like a pattern that's already, pardon me, there's like a pattern that's already begun from that, the calves and the arms and the waist, and these things are already established, and they just have to make little minor changes. Pepper is a brand new, totally brand new suit. There's no other that I can think of Iron Man suit that's that shape, that style. So kind of, in my opinion, some of the $400 we're paying for is that initial development, that initial creation of her. But it sure is a shocker. But 24 months away, then what is it, $20 a month? Should be able to have her $18 a month. Should have enough money to be able to pay for it at that point. Set it aside. Draw you some interest on it. I have not. I've heard it is really good. I'm probably going to go see In Game again this weekend. You know, it's Memorial Day weekend. And by the way, for any of you who have had anybody that died serving their country, thank you very much for your family member doing that. That's what Memorial Day is all about here in the United States. It's to remember those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. So we have Veterans Day, which is to remind us of those who served. And we have 4th of July to remind us of our independence from England, becoming our own country. But Memorial Day is to remind us of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. And a lot of countries have that type of a celebration as well. And that's what we're doing this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's always on the last Monday of May. And it's to remind us to think of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of our country. And so if any of you have ever had anybody that served here in the United States and passed on, thank you very much for your family sacrifice. And the same thing for any of the other countries you guys happen to be in. You know, I'm all about protecting and owning what you own. So whether you're in Korea or Pakistan or wherever it is that you are, I respect you for being who you are, and I respect the fact that you want to hold and and own and be where you are, we all should be allowed life and liberty. And so same thing. So if any of your family members have ever paid the ultimate sacrifice, thank you for that, because you know, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to live as comfortably as we do wherever we live. So off my soapbox on that. Let's see. All the Iron Mans are crazy insane prices. Saw eBay Mark 46. What? I'll say the Cake Bashes, the prices are way too crazy now. Figure should be $100 to $200 tops, no more. Yeah, those days are long gone. Feisty figures and stuff like that, you can still get reasonably priced. You know, this guy was reasonably priced. He was reasonably priced. I just paid for my what's coming to me? I just paid for it yesterday. The 1/6 kit, the same person that just mailed me my Crossbones. What is it? Oh my goodness. I've suffered a lot of concussions in my life, guys, and sometimes my brain doesn't function the way that it should. So I'm trying to remember what it was I just paid for. Steel 2.0, the new Colossus. So kit, like I said, kit normally mails out really fast. So I would probably have it within a week or two. So if I have them next week, I'll unbox them then. If not, I've got these little 1/6 scale arcade video games that I've got from Big Bad Toy Store. One's Tempest and the other one is Centipede, and they look really good. They look like the original games. And in the 80s and 90s, I owned full-size arcade style video games just like that. I actually owned those two games, full-size game. I operated them in little arcades and laundromats and sandwich shops, and so it's nice to have this. I sold all those about the turn of the century, and sometimes I wish I had still held on to a couple. But so it's good to get those. And then of course we've seen this, what was it? I don't remember whether it's Tempest or Centipede. We've seen one of them in the Captain Marvel movie, so that was cool. Iron Man should be $400 tops for old armor. A little better on Crossbones. Me, I'd pop off head and make him Jason Statham. Jason Statham. Hey, it works, right? Let's get this Venom back here. I didn't do anything all this week. I've not been doing well. I'm feeling much better, but I wasn't doing well. I had a lot of visits to the doctor's offices this last week. I'm actually a disabled veteran, by the way, guys, in case you're curious. Myself. And I had a cousin that didn't come back from the war in Vietnam. So my family also has had a loss on this Memorial Day. Let's give him a little shoestring tying here on this boot. I have to cut some of this boot back, the strings. I always hate doing something like that, cutting the strings, because then one day you need them and you're like, man, I probably shouldn't have cut that. But it's just like a thick thread. I imagine I'd be able to rethread this if I needed to. Big, huge laces. Get his other arm put together. No. Yeah. You know, why would... See, I don't know what to do with the firearms, whether I want to display them with firearms, because it doesn't appear... I'll have to watch the movie again. Did he do anything other than just these fists in the movie? Did he use his pistols and his rifle or shotgun or whatever it is in the movie? I don't remember, guys. I don't know if I should put the other hand on or prepare him up. I think he had the hand on no matter, always, didn't he? Go ahead and put the other hand on. I'll figure it out later. I can always take it off. Let y'all see how this goes. Moving in a little closer for you. So you see me putting them together. A lot of accessories. I do have a cap to go with him. I do have the, pretty sure I had the Civil War cap. Oh yeah, I've got the Civil War cap fighting the Mark 46. Was that who would you put him up against, Cap? That's who you said he was going to kill, right? Fought him good. Oh, you know, it's funny because originally, I imagine like most collectors, I say to myself, you know, I only need one Captain America, I only need one Black Widow, I only need one, I only need one, I only need one. Next thing you know, you're like, as your collection continues to grow, you say to yourself, oh man, now I got to buy all the Captain Americas. I should have bought them as they were coming out and whatever else. These don't like to go in very easily into these holes here. Holes are a bit tight. There we go. All right, I got it in that side. Now let's get it in over here. So yeah, I at this point I want to collect all the caps and all the Black Widows and all the pieces that I've missed. You know what I mean? But there's so many suits that are constantly coming out. So one side fits better than the other. And on this side, it was the other way that it fit on there better. So we got it in there finally. Right there. It's got pretty good articulation there. Get that up like that. Elbow's a little, or the shoulder's a little tight. Let's see if it's a butterfly shoulder. No, doesn't feel like a butterfly shoulder. He doesn't go above over his head. The shoulder doesn't go up and out. It just seems to rotate. There's no up and out on this shoulder. It's just a rotating shoulder. Get plenty of waist twist. Not so much squatting. Head came up pretty easy. Forward the leg will go that far. And let's see. We have a double jointed knee, allowing him a really good position there. Solid boot, so you're not going to get much ankle pivot at all. Not much at all. And pull them out about that far before the material starts to stretch. And I literally just disassembled his knee. Right there. See if we can get that back in. Socket. There we go. Got that back in. These little boots say something. Can you read that? Oh no, it's no words, just a diamond. Is that a boot? Is that like a real boot with that diamond on it? Is there a company that represents that? There's the bottom of the shoes. Remember, Hot Toys has their little trademark on there, on the bottoms. Is that a word? Let me get my glasses. I think that may be a word, the diamond. Nope, just little lines. Notice his head just popped clean off, right? Get these glasses off because I can't see anything with the glasses on. But if I'm looking at something minor, I need them to be able to read. So there's the head. Catch up to some chats. Wanda. Let's get the cap over here. So I've got Cap up against the. He didn't come with a figure base. Interesting. No figure stand. So let's put him on some type of a stand here so he's properly sized. I'll just put him on this. This is about that's a little big. I do not have just a stand sitting around not doing anything. So Cap here is, he's, you know, kind of down a bit. Uh-oh. What was that? Ah. Just a little corner. Capture. Yeah, Cap's taller. You know, his knee is bent here. No! Let's get this down a little bit more. Help any? Maybe not. Kind of down. I'm not sure if that helps or not. Doesn't look right, does it? No, I need a taller table. That's what I should do. I've totally screwed everything up. So if I ever decide to take the 46 Tony down from here, where he's up against Cap, I suppose this would be good. Little Cap fighting Crossbones. Figure out a way to do that. Let's get the rest of his little fist on here. Big Chief Flash Gordon or Ming the Merciless. Ming looks cool, but Sam Jones sculpt on Flash looks a little weak to me. I have not seen those yet. Or Black Widow. Do you think Flash? Yeah, I haven't seen those. They just announced them, huh? Jumping on that, I hope Buster Crabbe gets some love, or even the Filmation Flash Gordon. If I get Flash, so is this like from the 1980s movie Flash Gordon? Is that who it is? That was a pretty cool movie. I mean, it's dated. It is so dated now, but it's so bad that it's good, more or less. You know what I mean? Which makes it cool. I like the Vulture guys. I forget what they're called. The Hawkmen. Well, the bodies and costume in better quality. 9 and 10th Doctor, the quality was a bit lacking. BBTS selling Ming and Flash, and Sideshow usually sells Big Chief stuff too, but wasn't on their web page when I checked. I got to check that out. So what are we looking at? 2-3 year wait for Flash and Ming, right? The 9th Doctor took forever to get, just like the Hulkbuster, right? I hope the Flash Gordon has better paint apps too. Their Doctor Who stuff was cool, but was lacking good paint app, and bodies need better quality. I'm wondering what body would be better for Cap for that iconic pose. Shoulders should be more forward, I think. Hard to do with most bodies. Sometimes I've seen Denobi change out his Cap, didn't he? To a Fison body. I wonder if that makes it any better. I've not bought any of the men's Fison bodies yet. I don't have any experience with any of those. I sure love the female Fison bodies. If you're doing a female figure and you need to see the a seamless body for elbows or shoulders or knees, by all means, I don't think you can go wrong with a Fison. There's also another company, a couple other companies that have made seamless bodies now. What's one called? AIDOL or something to that effect is another one. I've not tried any of those yet, so I couldn't tell you anything about them. It's so difficult having money to buy these figures with, you know what I'm saying? All this comes out of my pocket, just as you guys, and you want to have everything, and it sure makes it difficult when you wish you had something that you don't have, and you're like, man, I really wanted that one, so you can't get them all. It's like with the Star Wars. The whole reason I don't even I collect the R2-D2s because I love the R2-D2s, but man, I would love to have. I wish I could have like just the minimum Star Wars collection. Darth Vader, a Luke, a Princess Leia, a Han, a Chewie, just the standards, just the basics. Same thing with like Star Trek, but where does it stop? I mean, even if you were paying $200 a piece for these figures, and anymore they're a lot more than $200, but even if you were just paying $200 a piece for them, you're talking another $2,000-$3,000 just to have the minimums of those. I'm really digging these fists on here. These are pretty cool. I said I was going to do it so you could see it. I'm sorry I didn't. Totally jacked this camera. But there it is. Really looks nice. I'm really digging that. I pulled the handle out a lot, so as you can see here, you can press it straight down. So his fist is right up on it, or you can pull it out like I did there. And it doesn't slide much. There's not a lot of piston room there, but there's enough. And so the piston is on the dagger too. Yeah, that would look cool, posed side by side. That would look cool. No doubt about that. The iconic Civil War pose. I have the QMX Kirk. How do they look? QMX, some of their stuff is really on target. Some of their stuff is not. What's your opinion of the QMX Star Trek figures? I see you say it's the best buy you ever did. But, I mean, how do they look? When you're looking at them, do they look dead on, or are they just like a resemblance enough? It's close enough. The QMX Star Trek figures are going for $1,000 a piece. Wow. By the way, an update on my Kid Deadpool. I've done nothing with him since last. I need to work on that collar, and I'm pretty pleased with the suit, how the suit is right now. Didn't know he was leaning into him. Pretty pleased with how this turned out. If you remember, this was a Gentle Giant bust that I turned into this figure, and I'm happy how it turned out. I'm not done with it. Still need to work on the neck, and I need to figure out how to make this a little darker. Maybe put a wash on it, I guess, like a thinned out black or something would probably do it. I don't want to damage it though, but I don't like that red. I need to do something with this collar. For a fact, there should be a collar on him there. He turned out pretty good. Deadpool Kid, for my Deadpool collection. They look perfect to you, the QMX. And it's good to hear. Wow. I really was on the fence on getting those again. And they were a really good price. I think they were like $200 a piece or something, weren't they? Kirk has a fat suit. The costumes are spot on. Alright, Rick. See ya, man. Thanks for stopping in. I think you said you have to go to work at this time of the day. So I'm glad that you've joined us. I used the Black Widow figure stand there. I love my Black Widows. What a versatile character she has been in all of her appearances. Happy she's finally getting a movie. We kind of got her backstory in Voltron. Is that when they gave us the backstory? In the Civil War. What movie was it? She's talking to Flint. Talking about the training she had to go through. Oh. Somebody posted a really great idea on Avengers Endgame. I really like this thought too. I like how this is coming. Essentially what it was, and I'm sure you guys seen this, it stated that wouldn't it have been cool if they had used Stan Lee as the aged Captain America, and that would kind of explain all of his cameos, that he was like checking in on his guys. I thought that was a pretty interesting swing of things. Nice way to think about it. I thought that would have been cool. Because it appears to me from watching the movie that Cap was sitting there all alone. So when he went back in time, he didn't create another timeline. It was that same timeline. And he just literally had to keep his mouth shut the whole time. And then somebody posted a funny little quip about that as well. It said, Peggy says to Steve, "Why'd you put all our money in a company named Apple?" $150 is how much you pay for the QMX figures? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Releases sold out immediately on QMX website, but says they're getting more. Got my pre-order with 3 BBTS. Yeah, I love Big Bad Toy Store, by the way. Scotty and Sulu out on fence. I should probably get them. Especially if you have everybody else, right? Why would you not? Kind of goes without saying. Got my Sky through BBTS 2. Sky sold out everywhere unless you're willing to pay a high price. And I am a huge Star Trek fan. I'm probably more of a Star Trek fan than anything else, to tell you the truth. And that's saying a lot when you think about it. Because I've got so much stuff. So much stuff. Stuff. It's all stuff. I won't call it junk. Stuff. So, what else you guys want to talk about? Had you guys for about an hour and a half now. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me and putting up with me. Got the Patreon channel up. Thank you very much, Collection Obsession, for bringing that to my attention. Hopefully you guys find it in your heart to help me out here. That'd be cool. Oh, you know, HYDRA will come. It falls, you know, historically in the action figure lineup, which really is what these are, the female figures are always the ones that they don't make enough of. And the reason they don't make enough of them are, historically, guys didn't play with girl action figures when we were younger, you know? When you were like 12 years old, you weren't like, most guys weren't like, "Oh, I sure can't wait to get She-Ra, Princess of Power." Yeah, that wasn't the figure that you wanted to buy. And most girls, no matter how much they tried to shove it down their throat, weren't buying She-Ra, the Princess of Power either. Most of them wanted Barbie or whatever. So the manufacturers for the female figure toys, they never made that many of them. So there's still that same fear in regards to that with making these. I mean, look at Captain Marvel. You can still buy Captain Marvel all day long on the shelves, and that was like a big movie and a great character. I love the Captain Marvel movie. You know, they could have made some changes to it here and there, get a little better. Clip this little string off guy here. But I mean, I've got the figures on order. Ordered 2 of them, the deluxe and a regular Captain Marvel. And when they make an in-game Captain Marvel, I'll buy that too. But they just don't sell out. So that's why HYDRA's coming so late, I would imagine. She's just not one of the figures that they would imagine what people would want to be buying up. But she's a necessary piece. And she's not even one of the ones that you count when you start adding them up. You're like Kirk, Scotty, McCoy, Spock, Sulu. You know, she ends up getting put there in the back, like with Chekhov and those other guys that aren't your front runners for that. But yeah, I think you need a new HYDRA. They need to make a new HYDRA, no doubt. Pizza. I love pizza. Yep, there you go. You hit the nail on the head, Collection Obsession. 100%. They when figures sit around and don't go anywhere, you're not motivated to keep pushing them out. I think that might be why the Jack isn't here. The Mark 28 Jack that they showed us like 3 years ago. It might be because they're waiting on the diecast Mark 7 to release it, or it might just be because I think to this day you can still buy a Mark 17 Heartbreaker. I may be wrong, but I think they're still for sale. Right, exactly. You're talking about Jamie and Steve as the $6 Million Man? Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, and Xena or Buffy, right? Exactly. And regret, right? You end up missing him and then having to drop $1,000 for him later. And right, that's the same thing with the Huru. You got the main characters, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I was thinking about the Morgan. We talked about a Morgan figure. You know, Fison makes that 1/12 scale figure. I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good Morgan or not. But I was thinking, because there's two helmets, you can always put that helmet on a little kid figure, like I did with the Deadpool, and have Morgan wearing her little helmet when Tony was talking to her. Buck Rogers from the television series, the 1970s television series. That's the Buck I know. Ming and Flash. Yeah, that Flash Gordon movie when it came out in the early 80s was really, that was something else back then. But now you look at it, you almost want to laugh at it. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else really to discuss. I'm gonna work on this Crossbones, get them together. I'll show them to you next week when I've got them figured out how I want to put everything with him. I need to make me a little weapons cabinet, put them all over Deadpool for all these little stuff like this that don't really go anywhere. I don't know if he's got it maybe attached to his chest or something. I'm trying to remember from the movie. Like I said, I'll have to watch the movie again. Also going to dig out that helmet that came with the Hot Toys figure. I think it came with the Captain America, if I remember correctly. Oh, and I'm going to finish up the my rescue preview video. I've got it narrated, and I'm just editing my narration and putting the pictures in the spots where I want it, and pretty much talked about everything already on it today. But got the high quality images. The images I have are true on 4K. They're 4,000 plus pixels on them. 4,000 by like 12,000 are giant photos. Upcoming, I have my the only thing I've heard about so far is my Colossus coming, my Steel 2 coming from Deadpool 2. I've not heard anything on my Mark 50. I've not heard anything on my Black Panther. I've not heard anything on what are the accessory set has come out now. Just today, just yesterday in Hong Kong. So you know, I've not heard anything on Thanos. I've not heard anything on what else has come out that I've not heard anything on yet. Those for fact I'm waiting on. Black Panther for a long time, and Thanos and Mark 50. Not heard nothing. So they will be coming sooner or later. But for fact, I've got Colossus coming, and I've got his arcade games to open up. So that's what we'll be doing that too. And I will do a collection tour. I have to dust everybody off. I would love to do a collection tour. Got them pretty well set up. I was just thinking about that this morning as I was looking at them. Sure was. So guys, thanks very much for sticking in with me this morning. And thanks for being a subscriber. And thanks for looking at my Patreon. And I'll see y'all next Saturday if nothing else. And have a happy Memorial Day. You have the day off, enjoy it. Ah, okay, that'd be cool. From the DC movie, Justice League. So y'all have a good day, man. Good weekend. Happy holidays. Peace. See you on the next video.